Hey everybody, Todd Arena here, once again with onlinewebmarket.net. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be showing you guys how to make a quick, abstract, funky looking wallpaper. You could use it as a wallpaper on your desktop. You could use it as art element in any of your design work. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get started. I'm going to kind of be winging this. I'm going to go to File. We're going to make a new document. First, this is most important, is we're going to set our resolution. Actually, let's just set it to 72. If we're going to be working with for a wallpaper, let's set it. My desktop is set to 1920 by 1200. If you know what your desktop is set to, you can change the settings here. I'm just going to set it to that, and let's get started. I'm going to take this window over here so that we can see it a little easier, and bring this down a little bit. Now, let's start with some clouds. Let's go to Filter, Render. First of all, make sure that your colors are on the default, black and white. Go to Filter, Render, and we're going to go to Clouds. There's our clouds. Ooh, clouds. Now we're going to go to Filter, Blur. We're going to go to Radial Blur. Now let's take our radial blur, and we're going to kind of make it look like we're kind of zooming through these clouds. So you're going to select zoom and bring the amount up a whole bunch. Click OK. Let's see what we got. All right, so far, kind of getting some funky abstract stuff going on. Now let's take filter, and we're going to go to render, and let's put in some lighting effects. Take the lighting effects. Now you've got these lights. You can click them, drag them, play around with different lights. You can add lights, you can remove lights. There's so many different options. Let's just take another extra light over here. I'm going to make it come down from this direction, like so. That's a little bright. You can also adjust the intensity of them with these slider bars. Get up a little bit. Just kind of get certain areas of the image to kind of pop a little bit. So that's the before and the after. As you can see, it's already starting to come alive a little bit more. Let's take let's add a little bit of color to it. Let's go to Image, Adjustment, and let's go to, there's an option in here that allows you to gradient map, which is what it does is it takes a gradient color tone and it actually puts it to the different tones in the image. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Like if I select this image or this gradient, this one doesn't really look so great. But when you take one that's a little better, with just going from one color to a slightly different hue, it's not as much. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's go with this one here. And we're gonna hit OK. So now it's kind of starting to look fiery a little bit. We got kind of like an explosion kind of thing going on. Let's take, let's go up to filter. Let's add some lens flare action in here. Let's go to render, lens flare. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our lens flare. We're going to kind of play around with the location. You can click different spots right there. You can change the different types. There's prime, there's zoom. I'm going to do prime. I'm going to click right here, make it a little bit brighter. Sometimes you overdo it. You just go to edit, undo. You can hit Control Z on your keyboard. Filter, render, lens flare. Going to bring down the brightness just a little bit. All right, there we go. And I mean, the possibilities are endless. You could take different layers. You can go crazy. I think this is done for general purposes. It just gives you a view of what we were kind of after. It's just something funky and abstract looking that we could use as a backdrop. All right, so there you have it. For more great tips and more great articles, check out onlinewebmarket.net. That's onlinewebmarket.net. Thanks for watching.